Good morning to all of you. So, today is the Murli Manthan day, and I was told to discuss or to do the Manthan of the Murli of the 30th of April 1983. It's an amazing Murli, extremely deep, lots of amazing points in the Murli. The essence of the Murli is the basis of becoming supremely worthy of worship. So in this Murli, Baba talks about the four different levels of worship worthiness that we souls can achieve, almost like four milestones. So we come to Baba, we start making effort, and every day as we're making effort, we become progressively more worship worthy and praiseworthy. Of course, it's all because of the bestower of fortune, Shiv Baba, who is here to give us all that we need from love so that we can grow in that love. That love is so selfless, so altruistic, so pure, but also the knowledge, the wisdom that Baba gives us. Along with that, at every moment, He is there to support us, He is there to give us companionship. So, because of the bestower of fortune, Shiv Baba, who is here with us, we have become close to him because of his introduction to us. Now we can become worship worthy. So, we are becoming worship worthy every day. So, Baba has told us that we can grow in this worship worthiness as we make more effort on ourselves. And so Baba has categorized the worship worthiness into four categories. And so we will go over each of these one by one. But first, he starts off by, of course, as usual, inviting all the children who had come to Madhuban to meet him, with lot of love. He was welcoming each one of the children. And so Baba is saying that we have the ultimate privilege of knowing the ultimate wisdom that the ultimate God is giving to us. You see, if you look around, there are such amazing philosophers and psychologists and religious founders and religious leaders and saints and mystics. However, they too don't have the entire knowledge. They don't have what we have. And one of the important things that they don't know is this aspect of once again, fir se. We all know that the cycle turns again and again, over and over again. Even in the world out there, they're beginning to understand that time is not linear, rather, it is cyclical. However, no one knows how it repeats itself. So, us going to Madhuban, us making effort, us going into Golden Age, us coming down from the Golden Age through the silver, copper, iron ages, and then coming back to our Brahmin stage where we meet with Baba. Baba turns us into the most elevated souls, He transforms us, He showers His love on us. All of these aspects will happen again. They have happened infinite times in the future. This is happening, all of it is happening now, and it will happen again an infinite number of times. So, Baba has reminded us in this Murli that we indeed are the most privileged ones because only we have access to this understanding. All right. And that too, he says that this 5,000 years aspect of the cycle can be condensed into yesterday, today, and tomorrow. in the world out there, they talk about the theory of relativity and how time can be contracted and expanded. But no one can imagine or even fathom really that time can be contracted into just 3 days: yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So, yesterday we were perfect, today we are not so perfect, we are working on ourselves, and tomorrow we'll become perfect again. Now, this is very important because oftentimes when time gets stretched over many years, our ability to understand the changes that happen to us, with us, through us can become a little diluted. However, as we begin to see the past, all of the amazing things that happened in the golden age as yesterday, and all of the amazing things that will happen again in the golden age as tomorrow, then it gives us the impetus, it gives us the energy, the strength to keep moving forward, to make more effort. So, Baba has this unique way of inspiring us to make effort by contracting time into such a small package of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And he's asking us, do you experience this easily and clearly? And so his hope is that we too begin to really see time as he is able to see it. Yes. And so there was a time in the Copper Age when we were worshipped. Our images were worshipped. In Golden and Silver Ages, we were pure, we were perfect. But then we came into the Copper Age. Our images were celebrated, were worshipped. So how can we become worship worthy again? You see, and it's not just those images that were worshipped, everything about us has been worshipped. We have been worshipped in many different forms. In fact, there's so much of respect for the worldly Brahmins. Why? Because of us. We true Brahmins make such amazing effort at this time in the conference age that not only do we get the benefit of it across the cycle, but others also get benefit, of which one big benefit is that those Brahmins, the mouth-born Brahmins, pardon me, those, the Brahmins that are born by caste, in the world out there, they too get so much of respect. So think about it. Then all of this is a privilege beyond imagination for anyone. And for us too, it is something for us to experience and then use all of this to fuel our efforts more. Yes, and so Baba is then using this word ancestors, Purvaj. So we are the ancestor souls. Baba has reminded that there were 900,000 in the beginning of the golden age, and then, you know, out of these 900,000, there were lesser number, that is 1600,000, who were more celebrated than the 900,000. And then there were 108 who were praised, who were celebrated, honored even more. So he's asking us to rise to that level, or at least have the goal that, yes, of course, that we should try to go to golden age, but in the beginning of the golden age, be among the 900,000, but not just that, try to be among the 16,000, and not just that, be among the 108, then be among the top 8. And then, of course, there's a dual bead that we can't compete with, that is Brahma Baba and Mama, but at least we can have the goal, have the aim that we want to be in the top 8. So there's a praise of everyone. Baba has even said that till the end of the Silver Age, there'll be 330 million souls, and all the 330 million souls will be celebrated, will be worshipped in the Copper Age and the Iron Ages. Yeah, both of these ages. So Baba is saying that all of this, again, became possible or becomes possible in every cycle because we become the children of the bestower of fortune. He is the one who bestows the fortune of the entire kalpa, the most amazing fortune upon us. Yes? And so Baba is saying there are two types of worship. One is to worship with love in the right way, and the other is to worship just as a discipline. So, what type of worship do we want to experience for ourselves, that we want to receive from copper age onwards? That's something we have to think about. You see, there's something that needs reflection for some time at least. As the Baba is inspiring us to think that what kind of worship would we want for ourselves? One that is filled with love and therefore done in the right way, and the other is done just as a discipline. And this will happen, based on what we do now. If we make effort simply out of discipline, then we will be worshipped just as a discipline too. On the other hand, if we make effort with lot of love and we do the right thing at the right time, all the right efforts, then we too will be worshipped with love in the right way. Yes, and so there is a big difference between the two, and so Baba is inspiring us to take the route, if you will, of making effort truly with love. Yes. Yes. So Baba is saying, so there are four types, right? So there will be four types of worship, or four types of worship worthiness. So the number one worthy of worship souls, they will constantly and easily move along with love, remembrance, and service in the right way as yogi souls and imbibe all virtues. They use the right method and have success in all four subjects. So this is the highest level of worship worthiness. Then we move along, we make efforts with love, remembrance, and service at all times. So it's not just what we do, it's how we do. And also the duration, also the consistency. You see, so if I do the right thing, but only sometimes, it won't help. If I do the right thing all the time, but only for a short period of time, and then I don't do it, even though it was consistent, it won't really help. So there are many different elements to doing the right thing. You see, so we have to fulfill all those requirements. We have to make sure that we are constantly doing the right thing at the right time, in the right way, and in an uninterrupted fashion. That's when we will be worshipped in the highest possible sense in the Copper Age and Iron Age. Now, Baba is talking about the second number. They do not do everything in the right way, but do everything considering it to be their discipline. So there's a little bit of a struggle in this. For the first category souls, there won't be any struggle. It will be just guided by love. Love, love, and only love. And so automatically they'll do the right things. But for the second category, there will be discipline as the guiding factor, really. I have to do it. It's not I want to do it, I have to do it. So they follow all the four subjects fully, but not by being embodiments of the attainment of success who do everything in the right way. They feel that they have to do everything as a discipline, that they have to do that. They continue to move forward with this aim and experience attainment according to the discipline they follow. The love of the heart of the number one souls makes them natural and easy, whereas those who do everything as a discipline find it easy sometimes and difficult at other times. So some days they will cruise along, and some days there'll be a little bit of struggle. So Baba wants us to not go to the second number and definitely not to the third and the fourth numbers, but Baba is sharing with us what would be the qualities of those who would be in the third category. So the third category souls are the ones who would observe the four subjects for majority of the time, not with their hearts, but just for show. So one is truly out of love, true genuine effort. The second is also genuine effort, but not really coming from the heart. It is based on discipline, yet they would do all the right things. They would eventually get there, although there would be some days of struggle, some days of easy effort. But the third category souls would do that just to show, external show to the world that I am making effort. So there is a temporary form that they would adopt, Baba is saying, and he's saying their hearts are, their heads are sharp and the hearts are empty. You see? So there isn't that much love, there isn't that much discipline, and so some days they do it, some days they don't. And when they do it, that too is guided by, motivated by other people observing them. And then definitely not going to the fourth category, which Papa is talking about. They do everything out of fear, so that no one says anything to them, such as this one is the last number soul, this one will not be able to continue, so that no one looks at them with that vision. They have become Brahmins and have renounced the Shudra way of life, but they do not want to be left out of either side. They don't like the Shudra life, but they don't have the courage to follow the Brahmin way of life in the right way, and so they are in the middle of an ocean out of compulsion. They continue to move along in this way out of compulsion and fear. In this way, they sometimes experience their lives to be elevated, and so they are unable to let go of this life. Such souls are said to be the fourth number, worthy of worship souls. So see what will happen. If we are in this category, then we would also be worshipped in the copper and iron ages by the devotees, by the priests, just out of fear, out of compulsion, fulfilling their responsibilities. Not even disciplined. So, there's no discipline, definitely no love. Yes, and not even to show, it is just out of compulsion, just out of fear. So we don't want that. So let's take a moment to create these four forms for ourselves. I like to visualize, and I inspire everyone to visualize for themselves. It's an amazing technique actually to help us grow, help us make effort in a better way. So these are our four forms, right? The highest form of worship worthiness created because of making effort in the right way all the time, and also with pure love for Baba, love for making effort. And so it kind of becomes effortless effort. So, in Chinese philosophy and in Zen philosophy, they talk about the word Wu Wei. Wu Wei is this effortless effort. Yeah, you go with the flow of the universe. So these souls will be experiencing that effortless effort, that Wu Wei. So this is one category. See that in front of you. You as that. And because of that effort, you see you or yourself being worshipped in the copper and iron ages with love. All the devotees are doing all that is needed with love. And then see your second form. Not out of love, but out of discipline. But you're doing everything, all that is needed. There's good effort. Sometimes there's struggle, sometimes it is smooth sailing. And so see yourself being worshipped, not out of love, but out of discipline. Now see the third category. So you as this third form, making effort just to show. Sometimes okay, sometimes not. But whatever it is, all the efforts that you're making is out of show. And so see yourself being worshipped just out of show. And then the fourth category, the fourth form, you're making effort just out of compulsion and fear. Not sure whether to stay here or there, dangling in the middle. And so see, that's what it is translating into. The devotees simply worshipping us, worshipping you, out of compulsion and fear. So clearly out of these four forms, we wouldn't want to be in the fourth, third, or even the second. So eliminate all these forms in a moment with a sweep of your hand. Let them disappear. Let them vanish, never to be seen again. And only the first form, the highest version of your effort, is now in front of you. You making effort out of love, not discipline, not to show others, and not out of compulsion and fear. Pure effort because of pure love for God. All right. So now we can move on to another aspect that Baba has picked up here. He again is welcoming everyone, all the children who were there. But Baba is saying that Madhuban is the rest house where you can rest your bodies and mind. However, Baba doesn't want us to go to sleep. You see, it's very interesting the difference between the word rest and sleep. They say that the ancient mystics, the sadhus, would never use the word sleep. And so, if somebody would go, like, say, the king would go to the monastery or maybe the Gurukul to meet with the saint, the enlightened person, the Buddha, then the disciple would come out and say, or Buddha or the sadhu or the saint or the guru is resting. They would never say he's sleeping. So yogis never sleep, they only rest. So we Baba's children also can rest. We are allowed to rest, but not to sleep. See. So Baba is saying sleep in Hindi is sona. So we have to become gold. Only when we become gold can we go into the golden age. So we have come to Madhuban. So when we go to Madhuban, or on a regular basis, when we go to bed, we are not going to rest. Pardon me, we are going to rest, not to sleep. So whether we go to Madhuban or every day, it should be rest, not sleep. Yes. So sona banna hai. So the more we rest in that consciousness, the more we will turn into gold. And then we will be able to come into the golden age with that much of wonderful account for us, that much of abundance for us to experience. Yes. And then Baba finally salutes us. He gives his salutations to us. And I'll read the salutations slowly so that we can all have a nice experience holding that self respect that Baba is wanting to create in us. He's seeing us in our highest forms. And so let's hold that image for ourselves as we listen to the salutations. To such constantly and supremely worthy of worship souls. Yes, not just sometimes, and not just a little bit, supremely worthy of worship, that we are worshipped in the highest way ever possible. To those who attain elevated success by using the right method. To those who attain elevated success by using the right method. Oftentimes, Baba says, Vidhi se siddhi. Right method will give us the most elevated success. And the right method is love. It's not discipline, it's not show, it's not compulsion or fear. Pure love for Baba. To those who constantly become great and make others into great souls. We can only make others great only when we become great. So the effort that we have to make really is to become great. To those who experience themselves to be constantly and easily natural yogis. Constant yogis and yogis who are full of love. To the most elevated souls, to all the children everywhere who have adopted subtle forms and are close. Yes. Because oftentimes we would go in our minds to Baba, right? We can't go physically for every meeting. So we would go in our minds. Baba is looking at even those souls who are present in Madhuban in their subtle forms. To all the children who are present and face to face in the corporeal form and the subtle form, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Yes, so yes, our hearts also get filled with that much of love and remembrance for Baba. And then Baba was speaking to Dadi and Didi, and the theme is the same. Baba is wanting, even the Dadi and Didi to hold the same state, same consciousness, and they already were doing, they already have achieved that highest level of human existence, just like Brahma Baba and Mama. So Baba is saying that, yeah, the, I'll read these few sentences. Baba is saying, the father is always proud of all the children who understand all secrets. You see, if we want to become worship worthy of the highest order, then we have to understand the Ras, we have to understand the right method, which was love. See? So that Ras, to understand all secrets. So Baba is saying that those who keep a secret of understanding all secrets, those who keep a balance, pardon me, there's those who keep a balance of understanding all secrets, that is Ras Yukt, who are accurately linked in yoga, Yog Yukt, and who constantly use all virtues, Gun Yukt, constantly stay under the canopy of the Father's blessings. So you see, all these three are very intricately connected. We cannot be Ras Yukt unless we are Yog Yukt. And we cannot be Yog Yukt unless we are Ras Yukt. The more we understand the secrets, that is Ras, the more we'll be connected to Baba. There'll be deeper connection with Baba. And the deeper the connection with Baba, the more we will be able to understand the secrets. You see, both have to go hand in hand. Both complement each other, supplement each other. And then Baba is talking about Gunyukt, that is the one who is able to use all the virtues. But we can get all the virtues only when we are Yogyukt. And we cannot be Yogyukt till we are Rasyukt. So see, all three of them are so connected. And then we will get the Father's blessings. You see, many times we don't understand the secrets of what is transpiring in our lives, the cycles, right? Yeah, the larger context, but also the regular day-to-day drama of life. And so we get upset. And when we get upset, then when we try to sit in meditation, we are not able to connect to Baba. And when we are not able to connect to Baba, we are not able to draw all his qualities into ourselves. And then, if we are not able to absorb Baba's qualities, then we get more upset, which precludes us from understanding the secrets even more. Yes, so then we get into this vicious cycle. Less secrets in our mind, less understanding of how life transpires, how the drama of life moves forward, will then not allow us to have good connection with Baba. So all three, like I said earlier, are very deeply interconnected. So we have to work on all these three fronts. We have to work on being more Rasyukt, more Yogyukt, and more Gunyukt. If we don't work on our guns too, independently, then we won't become Rasyukt and Yogyukt. So you see, all these three different aspects have to be worked upon independently. Then we can stay under the canopy of the Father's blessings, and we'll be able to enjoy all of those wonderful things that Baba is giving us, his canopy of protection. Yes, Baba is saying the shower of blessings of golden flowers. Yes. Then, yes, we can take a moment to see ourselves under that canopy of Baba's blessings. Rasyukt, Yogyukt, Gunyukt. Sometimes Baba uses another word, Yukti Yukt. So when we are Yogyukt, we can be Yukti Yukt. And when we are Yukti Yukt, we can be Yogyukt. When we are Rasyukt, we are Yukti Yukt. When we are Yukti Yukt, we are Rasyukt. See, all these so beautifully interconnected. So see yourself all becoming Rasyukt on one end, on one side, Yog Yukt, you can add Yukti Yukt to it, and Gun Yukt. And as soon as you're becoming all these three, four, Baba's canopy of blessings comes right on top of you. And the most beautiful golden shower begins to happen. Shower of the most amazing blessings. All right. So let's move forward. Then Baba talks about Amrit Vela and Confluence Age. So he compares the two. Confluence Age is like Amrit Vela. The whole cycle is amazing, but there's something extremely special about the Confluence Age. Baba reminds us over and over again. So the entire Confluence Age is Amrit Vela. Just like we give a lot of importance to Amrit Vela, similarly we have to give a lot of importance to every moment of the Confluence Age. Because this is the beginning, the start of the new cycle. So Baba says that he comes at Amrit Vela, or in a way, he comes in the night, but then as soon as he arrives, Amrit Vela starts, and then as the Amrit Vela then transitions into the day, then he leaves. Yeah, the day is the golden age. He takes us back home, but he sends us into the golden age, which is the day. All right. So Baba is saying good morning to everyone in terms of the Iron Age, and good morning in the terms of the Confluence Age, and so double good morning. So it looks like he was there throughout. Right? It says at the time of taking leave at 6:30 a.m. So he was there throughout. In those days, it was pretty normal for Baba to stay for hours and hours together through the night, through the evening, through the night. And so as he was taking leave early in the morning, saying good morning from the point of view of the world, but also good morning from the point of view of Confluence Age, the entire Confluence Age as being the early morning, good morning. All right, and so then there are a couple of questions. In fact, there's only one question. And that question is about what is the main foundation of Brahmin life? And the answer that Baba gave is awareness, smriti, samaj. Yeah, as you all know, our Raj Yoga is mainly Buddhi Yoga. If the Buddhi is right, the Vivek, the samaj is right, then everything will be all right. It will create the right awareness for ourselves. And Jaisi Smriti, Vaisi Sthiti. And there are many different aspects to this. Sthiti is the final product, if you will, that people will see. And this is the stage of the person, this is the stage of the soul. But what happens is, to be able to connect the dots, there are certain intermediate steps for us to go through. So when we have the right awareness, then we will have the right attitude. Smriti will give us the right vritti. Smriti, vritti. Vritti will give us the right vision. Our attitude shapes our vision. Drishti. So sthiti, pardon me, smriti, these words can be a little confusing, but smriti leads to vritti, the right vritti, right attitude, the right drishti, that is the right vision, and which will give us the right strength, samarthi. And then samarthi will give us the right stage, which will be what people will see. So you see, they can't see our awareness. They can't see our attitude. They can't see our drishti. They can't even see our samarthi. But what they can see is our sthiti. So Baba is saying awareness is the foundation of Brahmin life. Always pay attention to your awareness. If you always have powerful awareness, you'll be always victorious. Samarthi. Samarthi is the power, the capacity to excel. So just as breath is the foundation for the body, in the same way, awareness is the foundation for Brahmin life. Moment to moment awareness. In this moment, what am I thinking? Or who am I thinking about? Where is my mind going? If I'm very careful of that, then I'll be able to make sure that my awareness is of the highest order constantly. Yes. And that will allow me to have the right vritti, highest drishti, highest samarthi, and then therefore highest sthiti. So always have the awareness this Brahmin life, Brahmin birth is a special birth. It is not ordinary. We are the highest actors with the highest on high Father. So that's the awareness Baba wants us to have. We are not ordinary. We are special. We have a special birth. We are the highest actors. We are on this world drama stage with the highest authority. The highest and high Father is also on this stage, and we are playing our parts, our roles, hand in hand with God, alongside the highest authority. So every thought and every word of the highest actor is special. It cannot be ordinary. Okay? Om Shanti. So let's take a minute to be in the awareness that we are indeed the highest, the most elevated souls. We have the most special birth. We are the highest actors. And so every thought, every word of ours has to be elevated. Om Shanti. Yes. We are with Baba. What a fortune. What a privilege. All right. If anyone has any questions, you're welcome to ask if you want to share your points.
Shwetank Pai, Om Shanti.
Yes, Ji.
Om Shanti, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, dear sister. For sure, I
Yeah,
will hear.
see, the Murli which we just read today, I could really get that fully because Baba is explaining the story of the 33 million deities. And I could also visualize how somehow, how like the Jagadamba, how people run to her, how she is worshipped. So there's the pull of Jagadamba of the devotees towards them, or whether there is a perfect discipline. There are some kinds of temples where they have a perfect code. The god is awakened, the god is put to sleep, the god is given, and all. There are lots of codes of discipline. Or sometimes even like the Kali or something, we just go and worship because of fear we may lose something and all. I could do it. But immediately when Baba's Milan came, and if you see in Baba's Milan also, Baba spoke about ancestors and of worship souls only. It was such a thing in that when I could connect, there was this one sentence where Baba said, even the religious founders, that is, we are the roots, we are the trunk, we are the ones who are giving sakash to the whole tree. So that means we are also giving sakash to the branches and twigs. That means other religions. So these other religions, they look at you as their own. So if that point I take over here, what is my worthy of worship? Am I worshipped by other religions, the other founders? So, what is my wow status? That is the worthy of worship status with regard to other religions. Because in this Murli, the Murli which Baba had read said, they also consider you as your ancestor. So, if I am their ancestor, I should be worshipped by them in the same way. So, can you relate that how worthy of worship am I as far as other religious founders are also concerned?
Yes, dear Girijaben, Baba has told us that we are the most elevated souls, so we become more worship worthy than definitely all of the religious founders. Yes, we become the best of the best. There's just no comparison between what we are and what the rest of humanity is. And so, you know, in a way that can lead to some degree of ego, but Baba always cautions us to let there not be ego, but rather the self respect of the highest order, that truly we are the most elevated, and our effort is so pure, so perfect, because we are working alongside with God, and that we are in this direct communication with God, and listening to His versions, and He's guiding us firsthand. And so we become the most worship worthy across the cycle. No one else can become as worship worthy as us, not even close. Oh, wow. Isn't that amazing? Okay, Jay. Who else? Anything anyone else wants to ask or say?
The way Baba has reiterated the importance of Amrit Vela, and then he connects this that the entire conference stage is Amrit Vela. So every moment one needs to be in this awareness. And even if the question that you took also spoke about smriti, spoke about awareness. So you know, please say it is one of the very important thing, but it's uh, by default one misses the awareness. Anywhere that you can guide us as to how do one stay in awareness constantly.
Rakiben, was that a question or a statement?
Sorry?
What was it? That was a statement or a question? I'm sorry.
No, that was my question as to any experience or any thoughts that you can bring across as to how do one stay constantly in awareness of the importance of this confluence age and Baba's presence so that we don't waste anything at the moment.
That's a $1 million question right there. That's going to be the determining factor between the 808, 16108, or so 816,000 and then 900,000. So we have to figure it out for ourselves, what will help us be in that constant awareness, so that we don't digress away from the path, and we don't get, stuck in the mud, in the, bog, if you will. that's going to happen. But how can we remind ourselves again and again? You see, even in the world, they're talking about this reinforcement, you see, reiteration, reinforcement. That's the only way. If you go into these um, numerous studies that are happening in neurosciences, they talk about, it's it's doing the same thing over and over again, reminding ourselves over and over again will create all those neural pathways. So our neural pathways, if you will, were all deranged. Our sanskaras were totally degraded. But now we are making effort, and yes, we are going to lose sight of our goals every now and then. We are going to get disengaged sometimes from the true effort that we need to make. But again and again, as we remind ourselves, one day that will become our true nature. But again, Baba is also reminding us that there's only one small shift that is needed, and that is the love. Yes, love, true love, love for God. That's going to make all the difference. So right now we are struggling oftentimes do this or do that. Sometimes we are in Baba's remembrance, sometimes we are not. Sometimes we are in the awareness of our elevated fortune, sometimes we are not. So this constant kashmakash, tug of war, struggle is not wu wei that I was talking about. So it's not effortless effort. So if we want to really be in that zone of smooth sailing, effortless effort, then what I'm realizing is that we have to have that love for Baba, true love. Yes. And you can go on and on because all of these things are so interconnected. To be able to have love for Baba, one has to actually experiment with Baba. So, experiencing love, experiencing Baba's companionship requires us to experiment with Baba. You see, Mahatma Gandhi wrote experiments with truth, right? For us, it is experiments with God. God is truth. But direct experimentation with God, using God in our day to day activities, every moment is Baba, I need you, and together we will do this. You're my companion, no one else. As we remind ourselves of Baba's presence more and more, it will sort of allow us to experience Baba's love. And then that love will then allow us to make that effortless effort. Yes. Just like the vicious cycle gets created when we lose sight of the truth and we move away from Baba. So similarly, we can create this virtuous cycle that reinforces our effort on a constant basis through love, through constant reminder. Yes.
Thank you, Shwetangbai, for that. The point here to take back is the shift that you made from the vicious circle to virtuous circle. I guess that was quite touching. What shift one needs to make. Thank you for that.
Yes, dear sister. Love, 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 right? Good. Anything else before we end?
So if you don't have any sharing, Shwetangbai, we can move on to a short meditation
Yes,
in
yes,
the interest of time.
correct. And then we can end. Yeah, today was a long day. We were serving at an Indian festival. We had a booth there, so quite a few Indians had come and even Westerners had come. So we were there throughout the day and just came back an hour or so earlier. And so as we serve humanity, as we serve the people of the world, there is so much of joy that emerges in the heart. and more love gets created. So I invite all of you to create love for Baba, deep love. We are the most privileged souls on this planet. Through this cycle, Baba has chosen us. Baba is sustaining us, grooming us, inspiring us, and then transforming us, making us into the most worship-worthy souls across the entire cycle. So let's see ourselves making effort on the basis of that love, pure love, not out of discipline, not out of show, and not out of compulsion and fear. Just easy effort on a constant basis, holding the awareness that we are the highest, the most elevated souls, children of the highest on high, the bestower of fortune. We are the highest actors, playing the highest roles with the highest on high Baba. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Shwetang Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a blissful day.